So you just got married. Congratulations. Do you know that your spouse would be taken care of if something were to happen to you? Can you guarantee that? If not, by the end of this video, you're going to have a much better understanding of the steps that you'll need to take to make sure that your spouse will be taken care of if something tragic were to happen to you. My name is Jake Williams. I'm a life insurance specialist with Step Up Wealth Management. For more information on taking care of spouses and family and all kinds of other things for in your financial plan, make sure to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell. That way you're notified immediately anytime I upload new videos. This is the second video in a series that I'm doing of financial planning and advice for newlyweds. I just recently got married, so this is the kind of thing that is fresh on my mind, and while it is, I wanted to pass it on to you guys. So, what I'm talking about is making sure that your new spouse would be able to continue their lifestyle, would be able to continue the things that you guys love to do if something terrible or tragic were to happen to you. Or that you would be able to do all those things if something terrible were to happen to your spouse. And the first and primary thing that I recommend for newlyweds is looking into life insurance. Yes, I am a life insurance specialist, but I do so much more in financial planning than just life insurance. But it is a key, it is a foundational piece to any good financial plan is to be sure that your loved ones are taken care of if something were to happen to you. I've done other videos on the types of things that you can cover with life insurance, some ideas of how to determine how much life insurance you need, but it is absolutely critical that once you're married and once someone else is relying on you, you have a backup plan there to support them in case something were to happen to you. And it may not necessarily be a fatal event. It could be that you end up in a hospital long term. You get in an accident and you need months of care, all kinds of things like that. That's where long term care coverage comes in, which is the next thing that I would recommend looking into is long term care coverage in case something tragic but not necessarily fatal happens. That can help pay bills, it can help pay for the coverage that you need while you are trying to get better. And that can be a rider that is on your life insurance policy. You can get a long term care rider on a life insurance policy, or you can get long term care coverage as a separate policy on its own. But it's something that I highly recommend that couples look into, especially if it's not something that is offered through an employer. If you are an independent contractor or you are self employed, it is definitely something that you need to look at to make sure that your spouse and family are taken care of if your stream of income goes away. After you have the life insurance and you have the long term care, I also recommend looking into an umbrella policy. So, this is another insurance policy that kind of fills in all the gaps between all of your different policies, between your life insurance and the long term care, but also your homeowners and your car insurance and all those different things. That umbrella policy can help make sure you're not on the hook for an extremely large bill if something happens that doesn't necessarily fit neatly into one of those categories. If you've already done something to make sure that your new spouse is protected in the event that something happens to you, drop me a comment below. Let me know what you've done. I love hearing what you guys are doing. It helps me understand what you guys do, and it also gives me ideas of things that I might be able to recommend to other clients. After this video, be sure to check out my financial planning for newlyweds video, which gives you a broad overarching idea of some things that you might need to look into soon after you've gotten married. So you've got your insurance coverages, you've got the life insurance, you've got the long-term care, you've got the umbrella policy. Another thing that you need to look into is check the beneficiaries on any other life insurance platform, or not life insurance, any other financial planning platform, sorry, that you may have had before the marriage. So, any kind of retirement plan that you have through work. Maybe you have some life insurance coverage through work. Maybe you've got an IRA, things like that. You can name a beneficiary so that if something were to happen to you, that account and those funds pass on to somebody else. Before your marriage, it may have been your parents. I know that's what it was for me, but it could be any number of people. Or it could have just been your estate and left it to be figured out, let someone else figure it out after you're gone. But you want to check those beneficiaries, and it's not necessarily a bad idea to name your spouse as the primary beneficiary on all of those things, so that if something were to happen to you, they have that lifeline as well. And lastly, as we're talking about beneficiaries and passing on of assets, you got to look into getting a will. Because not everything, not every document, not every account, not every single thing that you have is going to have a beneficiary named for it. Using a will can clearly and easily allow your spouse and your loved ones to determine how to allocate and break up and pass on all of your things and your accounts, your money, your life insurance, and everything that you had to take care of. That will can make sure that there is a clear plan for them to follow if something were to happen to you. So get your coverages, get your life insurance, your long-term care, your umbrella coverage, name your beneficiaries, and set up a will. All of those things will help you make sure that your spouse is protected soon after you just got married. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something that you can use today. And if you want to sit down with a professional, if you want to talk about how all of this can apply to you directly, click on the link below to apply to become my client. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. I love hearing from all you guys. Let me know what you think. All right? And for now, take care of your now, your future, and beyond.